Welcome to the Fit Dad Nation podcast, forging strong fathers and raising a stronger generation. It's time to get up or shut up with your host, Steve Roy.
Hey there, guys. Steve Roy here, host of the Fit Dad Nation podcast. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for listening. If you have not applied to our free private Facebook group, I encourage you to do so right now. Head over to fitdadnation.com/community. Join a group of dads that are all working on getting one day better. So last few episodes, I've been sharing some of the things I've been going through personally and I typically share this stuff in order to help you. And I actually got quite a bit of good feedback from guys saying, wow, that really hit me between the eyes. And especially the last episode where I talked about, being okay, finding a place where you're okay, that you're not absolutely crushing it. Because, as I said in the last episode, you're not always going to crush it. Far from it. There's going to be many times where you're getting crushed, and you have to be okay with that, because this is what happens as a busy dad. Life will just squash you sometimes. So I made a commitment to myself to make some changes because I was just not feeling good. Things just weren't going health-wise how I wanted them to go, and it's my own fault. Just excuses and stress and other things. I made a priority over myself, and so I decided just in the last few weeks that I was going to make a change, and I was going to start taking care of myself again and get back into the shape I want to be in. And so today I just want to share the 5 things that I've been doing since I started. And I think they'll help you. And these aren't anything that's going to revolutionize fitness. This is nothing particularly special. It's just 5 simple things that I've adopted that have allowed me to start making progress at my pace. So first thing is, I got back to exercising. So I'm now exercising every day. So typically, it's a short 15 to 20 minute workout. That is my training for the day. I've been doing mostly calisthenics, push-ups, some form of modified pull-ups, like inverted rows, that kind of stuff, and then some light dumbbell work, just to get my muscles back to, getting used to the exercise, the strain, and it seems to be working. I'm feeling better already, and I'm already noticing a little bit more strength coming back, and it's going to come back quick for me since I've been in shape, so many different times. It comes back pretty quickly. But I'm not trying to go all out. I'm not trying to hit any PRs. I'm not spending more than 20, 25 minutes at the max, and that's with stretching included, of just exercise. Honestly, I'm not even really sticking to like a strict program, and certainly there's a case to be made for having a set program. But since I write, a lot of them have written so many programs, I'm kind of doing it my way, but it's working for me, and that's what I'm doing. So number 1 is every day, whatever time, doesn't matter. I'm just finding time to get a workout in. Number 2 is I just cut out soda. So I had really gotten into a bad habit of drinking soda, a couple a day. You guys may feel the same way, but I tell you, yes, it tastes good, but I was just feeling lousy. I just felt lousy after drinking soda. Obviously that when that hits your taste buds, that sugar, I love the carbonation, it's that immediate rush, but I just started feeling worse and worse as I kept drinking soda. And obviously we know it's a horrible habit, right? Just empty calories, nothing, just pure garbage, and doesn't fill you up. So you continue eating and drinking, a bunch of empty calories, and it's just a terrible habit. And I got into the habit of just enjoying Coke or whatever with a couple meals a day. So I cut that out completely, and I just replaced it with Diet Dr. Pepper. So my daughter drinks Diet Dr. Pepper, so we keep it in the house, and we buy the mini cans, and I've been drinking that. So is that the best thing you can drink? Of course not, right? Water's better? There's a lot of things that are better, but it's a good substitute for me. It still has the carbonation. It still has the flavor. It's not exactly like Dr. Pepper, but it's pretty close. And there's no calories, no sugar. Of course, there's other ingredients in there that aren't particularly healthy, but it's a step in the right direction. And for me, it's fine. I'm not going cold turkey on it because I do miss the carbonation. So that's just the substitute for now, and it works. Okay, so if you're someone that's struggling with that, you're a big soda buff, just switch to diet. It's fine. Diet doesn't make you fat. It doesn't do anything like tricking your brain into thinking that you're having sugar, nothing like that. So it's just a good way to cut out a bunch of excess calories if you're having one or more sodas a day. Number 3, I am making sure that above all else, I have a healthy breakfast. So typically, the last few months, especially when stress has been really high for me, and again, most of the stress is related to the struggles my daughter has been going through with her health. It's just been extremely taxing, and so I've been indulging in some breakfast pastries. I don't want to call them by name because, all right, forget it. It's Pop-Tarts. I've talked about these at length. Just something that historically I've eaten a shit ton of Pop-Tarts. Gave them up for a very long time. Obviously, just absolute atrocious food for you, but incredibly delicious. And so I just got in the habit, like early morning, I get up real early, and I would have a couple Pop-Tarts. And just like soda, I started feeling crappy after eating them. Of course, obviously, right? It's crappy food. You're going to feel crappy, right? Of course. So I cut that out, and instead, I'm just keeping my breakfast super simple. 3 or 4 eggs, a little bit of cheese in there, scramble them up. Breakfast potatoes, which I buy frozen, just a bag of frozen potatoes. Throw those into a pan with some olive oil and some seasoning. I use seasoned salt. Brown those up, and then have a handful of berries. I mean, it's literally that simple. And so, you're getting plenty of protein. You're getting some healthy fats with the eggs and the olive oil, and you're getting a little bit of carbohydrate with the berries, and it's obviously very high in nutritional value. So that's the thing that I focus on. Lunch and dinner are okay too. I'm not going crazy by any means, not eating a whole bunch of junk, but that's the one meal that I'm choosing instead of saying, hey, I'm just going to revamp my entire diet and I'm going keto or I'm going whatever. I'm just making sure that I have a really good breakfast. Okay. If you're somewhere where you're just overwhelmed, you got so much shit going on, your health is just a mess, you have a lot of bad habits, a lot of unhealthy habits, just start small like that, right? Choose a meal. Maybe your worst meal is lunch, where you're working and keep bringing in, Chick-fil-A or Panera or whatever, and you keep eating all these nasty foods, sandwiches and chips and sodas and stuff. Maybe you make that your meal that you're going to, bring something in for, and you're going to eat healthy, and then stick with your other meals. That's a good place to start. Number 4 is I'm outside walking every day, 30 minutes. Again, not super exciting, but I really think that's just such an underappreciated form of exercise. Just get out there in nature. Leave your phone at home. Because how many times have you seen people walking down the street? Even people that are walking for exercise, they got their face buried in the phone. They're completely preoccupied with what's going on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. And so I say put it away. Don't even bring it, and just get outside. Look around. I mean, right now, anyway, in a lot of parts of the country, including where I am on the East Coast, it's beautiful. I mean, the weather's cooling off, but all the trees are all changing colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. Great time to be outside enjoying nature. So I'm getting out 30 minutes a day and just walking. It's just good for the mind and the body. So I do that. And then lastly, and this is something that a lot of guys, I think, or a lot of people even just, they don't do, is you get so caught up in the day-to-day, your things you have to do with work, and you just get so busy, you don't take the time to remember the most important thing is, why are we doing these things? Why am I exercising every day? Why did I cut out soda? Why did I decide to have a healthy breakfast? Why am I going for a 30-minute walk every day? And it comes down to your personal why, right? Mine is, I have to be here for my kids for a lot of reasons, but, at 51 years old, people die all the time at 51. Like, I'm not saying that I'm going to die or anything like that, but it does happen. And that thought, leaving my girls behind, is terrifying. And if I can help avoid that in any way, then that's my reminder, right? Again, this is a much easier said than done, right? I mean, obviously I'm coming off of a bout of just crappy things, crappy habits, but I'm choosing now to make a change. And so that's it, guys. I hope some of this stuff resonates with you. I hope it helps. Okay. And as always, reach out to me anytime, guys. Find me on social, The Fit Dad Nation. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, if you want more information, check out the Fit Dad Basecamp group on Facebook. And don't forget to stop by fitdadnation.com. Until next time, keep kicking ass and taking the next step. You can do this, Dad.